Let's do this bad boy.
Alright, cool. Here we go. The interrogation's about to begin. Alright, cool. Awesome. Welcome to my house. Back to my house.
Thank you, Mr. Jordan.
Cool. Hey everyone, welcome to the Nashville Artist Podcast. I'm Jordan, and today Gracie Holbrook is here.
Yep.
Welcome back.
In the flesh.
So, where are you from again?
My dad is military, so we moved around a lot for most of my life. Majority of my family lives out in Albuquerque, New Mexico, so I think that's generally what I would just tell people, but Nashville is the longest that I've lived anywhere, so I am from Nashville, I would say.
Cool.
I love Nashville.
And you have siblings, right?
Yeah, I'm the oldest of 5. I have a soon-to-be 17-year-old sister, Maya, and then Luke and Joey are 14 and 13, and then my youngest sister, Charlotte, is 8 in November.
Wow.
I know,
Charlotte's
yeah.
getting old.
I know, yeah, she's getting big.
I remember watching that little frog video.
I know, yeah, and she was a little baby. Yeah, but she's getting older now. She just watched the Twilight movies for the first time.
Yeah.
And she thinks that Edward, like the vampire dude, she thinks that he is like ugly. And she thinks that Jacob, the werewolf, is like the hot one. So she's Team Jacob, which, the rest of us are all Team Edward. So, it's just very interesting. She's like a person now. And she's got like a type, and she has like, I don't know, like opinions. So it's really weird.
Identity.
Right, yeah, exactly. So, but she's, she is just like me. So, of course, she does, at a really young age. She's very opinionated and has her own little quirks and stuff, so yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she's great.
Her own little charm.
Uh-huh.
So, when you were a kid, what did you like to do?
Let's see. Well, when I was a kid, I loved to perform. I was like always, there's so many videos of me dancing in front of like my family, like coming up with like little like dance recitals for my family, or like, and I did dance for majority of my life, like growing up. And so I always had like recitals. I always had some sort of like performance pieces, something like that. And I sang for a little while too. So like, and even when I was younger, whenever we'd go to like the Hard Rock Cafe, there's a video of me and I was like 5 or 6, and my mom couldn't find me, and I was up on stage with like the hostess, and she was giving me the microphone, and I was just like, I just decided I wanted to sing up on the stage. So yeah, so I've always just been kind of like a performer, center of attention.
Like the spotlight.
Yeah, so dancing, I guess. I love to dance. I love to act. I love to sing, typical like little girl kind of stuff, I guess.
Feel ya?
Yeah.
That's fun. And what were your like early influences? Like who did you like to imitate?
Oh God. Well, my dad, my real dad, he always like showed me like the really like classic movies like The Goonies and like Jaws and Jurassic Park, Indiana Jones, like the classic, I don't know, the movies that everybody sees. And I grew up watching those. But then my dad, my stepdad, who I'm closest to, he showed me like movies like Neverending Story and like The Dark Crystal and like stuff like that. And my mom bought all of the Disney movies for me growing up. So I was like born and raised like watching just like a lot of and absorbing a lot of like media and movies. And so and that's probably why I like it so much now. Like I love videography and the behind the scenes when it comes to movies and stuff, just because I've grown up just being so absorbed in movies, whether it be like independent films or like, or like mainstream, like super classic movies that everybody has seen, or Disney movies, So I grew up just like watching all of those movies, and it definitely like all influenced me like a lot. I feel like, like now. for sure.
A lot of VHSs.
Oh my God, only VHS. Yeah, I had my mom bought every single Disney movie for me on VHS. I had just like a whole bookshelf of
the classic white plastic.
Yeah, I had Aladdin, and I had literally every single princess movie that existed at the time.
You had Mulan.
Oh, of course, yeah. I mean, Ariel.
Fantasia.
Yeah, oh my God, yes. I had all of it. Aristocats was probably one of my favorites. Let's see.
So you love the fantasy world.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I had my little Hello Kitty TV that I would just pop my VHS VCR, built-in VCR to it.
Right. That little Hello Kitty TV.
Yeah.
Where's that?
Classic, dude. I don't know. Long gone for sure. I mean, probably at a Goodwill somewhere. You know.
I'm sure someone would pay good money for that now.
Yeah, definitely.
Hello Kitty TV. So now you're really into photography.
Yeah, I mean, definitely over the course of the last couple years, I've always liked photos and taking pictures and stuff like that, but in the last couple years I started shooting film, and I never really got into digital, but a friend of a friend really gifted me a film camera, and I never really used it. But then one day, it was really when I was out visiting my family out in El Paso, I just started I was taking photos of my brothers, and my dad makes little videos with my brothers a lot, so they're used to being in front of the camera, and they're really good. They're little prodigies. They're models, they're 13, like I said, 14, 13 or so. But yeah, I just started taking pictures of them, and I loved the idea of just setting up a shoot, or I don't know, putting makeup on them, or listening to music and then just visualizing a shoot or a setup or whatever. And I was oh my God, I would love to do this forever, or and for musicians or magazines or whatever it is, that creative freedom is so much fun. It's so much fun. I love it.
Creating a little scene.
Yeah, I love it. Or a story, or just a visual to a song or something like that. I don't know. I really enjoy it. And it's super awesome that, over the course of the last couple years, I just started doing it for fun. And then I started doing it because it really made me happy. And then people will reach out to me and they're I love your stuff. Can we, can you take photos of me, or photos of me for my band, or for my, I'm releasing a single and I want promo stuff. So it's really awesome, just how where it's carried me, I suppose.
Awesome. Yeah, it is a whole world, creating the scene.
Yeah,
everyone's a subject, character.
Oh yeah, and it's so much fun. It's so much fun. There's just the creative, just a really fun creative outlet for me, because I'm not musically inclined, or anything like that, but I love
visuals.
Yeah. I'm definitely more of a visual person, and so it's so fun to listen to something and then create I don't know, just a whole setup of what I feel. It's I don't know, it's a tough thing to describe, I guess, but and then only in the last year, I guess, I've really gotten into videos, and so I have put together some some little fun videos or whatever, but and I've added it to my portfolio, and certain bands or people have seen it and they really like it and want to work with me. It's not anything that I really know how or what to do yet, and I don't have the right equipment yet, but hopefully one day, once I get into it and get a little bit, just advance my skill set, I suppose, then I could start doing that a little bit more, because it's so much fun. Yeah. I mean, it's just just playing pretend.
Yeah, I love playing pretend.
Yeah.
I like your TikTok videos.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, my TikTok is pretty silly, but I mean, and I'll add some of my some videos that I put together, music videos, that I put together. But then I don't know, I used to write in a journal, but anytime I would for one, I mean, people write in journals and then I guess most people keep them. And anytime I would read back on a journal, I would always be sad or feel nostalgic or whatever. And so I don't really write down I don't really write journal entries anymore. But these, like, it's a lot of fun to make these like little videos where like I'll make like a video for like the week or the month or something like that of like little snippets of my life and time that like just make me happy, or I feel fulfilled, or I don't know, or I'm spending time with me or someone or whatever that I'm enjoying, like, and I'll put that together and put it to music and I'll post that. And I mean, and I like it and people like it a lot, you know, like they just, it's all for like aesthetic purposes, you know, people love that shit. But yeah, I'll like every so often I'll like post like a little music video that I've like worked like pretty hard on. But yeah, I mean, and TikTok is like a great platform for stuff like that, you know? Yeah. For real. It's really like fun it. Platform, oh yeah.
Especially all the creative.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you see my like recent TikTok?
Which one?
It was a Greta Van Fleet.
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
I said like I just like had no idea it would blow up like that, but I literally just like I wasn't making fun. It was just like the SNL like, you know, thing was funny, and so I just like reenacted what he was doing on stage, and like it's gotten like 50,000 or so likes on it now, and like you know, so many views, and mostly it's people that are like, well, you know, like, you don't like Greta Van Fleet because you're ugly and stuff like that. People are like, oh yeah, people are so mad at me. But then, you know, there's like other people that are like, yeah, like I like Greta Van Fleet, but this was like really cringy and stuff like that. So then there's like so many comments. But then majority of the comments are people that are like, you look like Maggie Rogers. I thought this was Maggie Rogers. And so many people commented that I look like Maggie Rogers, that Maggie Rogers literally commented and was just like, hell yeah, sis. And yeah, and people were like freaking out over that too, which I never thought that I looked like Maggie Rogers, but I mean, I guess that's what other people see in me. Anyways, yeah, that was like my recent TikTok that I did not like intend to go viral, but it ended up going viral. I definitely got cyberbullied for sure for like a couple days, but but I mean, it was worth it. It was worth it. It was pretty funny.
Like people private messaged you?
No, it's mostly just like the comment section, and people are just like you don't know what good music is. I'm like, Greta Van Fleet, y'all? Like, come on. Like, and I don't even think Greta Van Fleet is like inherently bad. Like, I mean, I think that he's like a very talented singer, but it's just like, I mean, growing up like listening to like Led Zeppelin, and then, you know, and like getting into like Rush, like I mean, he sounds like Rush. He sounds like that dude, and and so it's just like, if this kind of music came out like in the 70s,
and then he does those hand movements.
Yes, oh my god. Oh my god, it's so cringy.
It's so much like Robert Plant.
Well, yeah.
All those hand movements.
Exactly, yeah. And so people, I don't know, I just like, it just seems a little cringy, but, you know, but I mean, they're on SNL, so I mean, whatever, good for them.
It's all fun. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, they're like, I mean, they just need to like, they're a cover band, you know. That's what everybody feels like they are, is that they're a cover band. And honestly, like, I can't disagree with them really. But no Greta Van Fleet slander at all. Like I enjoy them, you know, but like they're just super cringy to watch, and that's all I'll say about that. I don't want people to be like, Greta Van Fleet, like, we love Greta Van Fleet, and like cyberbully you. Yeah, they're like, this bitch. Yeah, and they might.
People come with pitchforks. Where is she?
We love Greta Van Fleet around here. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I know.
So, like, what got you into photography? Like, other than the capturing of the moments, like, watching all the different films?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm definitely, like, I'm definitely the type of person to like, just, like, notice something, or notice, like, the lighting in a room, like the lighting through like the window in the kitchen, and I will just like stare at it because I just think like it's such like a mundane thing. It's like, you know, it's just like sunlight through like a window, but I think that I probably just like romanticize like things that I look at, and so I'm able, I don't know. So that's something that I would take a picture of because I'm moved by it, and I think that it looks like cool or pretty or whatever. And same with like, you know, if I'm listening to a song and I like get these like visuals, or I get these like this like idea or some, I don't know, like then I feel moved to make some sort of like visual out of like what I'm hearing or something like that. I don't know. It just like I never really did it just because I was like, well, I don't know how. Like I don't know how to like put things together or like put like a shoot together. And so I always had like these like little ideas, you know, but in like I said, the last couple years, I was like, you know, instead of just being like afraid that it's not going to turn out how I want it to turn out, I just started shooting and learning as I went, and it just kind of like went from there. But yeah, I mean, definitely like, you know, like I said, growing up watching, absorbing just like a lot of movies and again like a lot of media. I don't know, just like visuals are like really important to me, I feel like. And so watching movies, I would take notice of a lot of like just like the sequence of shots or just like certain shots. I don't know, like if you watch a movie and they're like I was watching Stand By Me the other day, and there's so many like long like wide shots of like the boys like watching or walking on like the railroad, and I was just thinking like there are so many different ways that they could shoot this. You know, there are so many, like, I mean, they could move the camera in front of them, so then that way they're like coming towards the camera. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They could like film them from above, right. Or they could film them, you know, like there's so from many different, there's so many different things. There's so many different ways that you can express. But like the way, I don't know, like I tend to like pick apart like movies like that where I just think like, you know, like why this shot, like this is so cool, like of all the shots that they could have taken, like they took this one and it looks so cool. And I don't know, I tend to like pick apart, like I said, just like movies, and like I really like the visuals and how it's done. And yeah, it's amazing, and it can be really overwhelming the more you think about it. But yeah, it's always just been very interesting to me, you know.
So you're definitely like visual learner.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%.
Rich inner world.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Like, it's always fun in the head.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I feel you. I'm the same way. So, like, how did you start out? You just, like, your friend gave you a camera?
Yeah, my friend gave me this camera, because I just mentioned that I wanted to start, I would like to learn on film, but I didn't really have didn't know where to start. I didn't even really have any intention, but I just, you know, like, offhandedly mentioned that I wanted to start, and it was my roommate's friend at the time, so, like, I didn't even really know him. But he came over, like the next time he came over, he's like, I have this film camera that's just been collecting dust, and here you go, you know? And that's the one that I use, you know, today. And this was like 3-4 years ago that he gave it to me. And I messed around with it a little bit, but I just, you know, I was too afraid because I was like, I don't know how. And so I just didn't really mess with it. But yeah, in the last couple of years, like especially like, you know, like at the beginning of COVID, I had like, you know, so much time to just like sit and, I don't know, like learn about my camera and learn about like film and certain types of film, and I don't know, and like really teach myself about like lighting and the techniques and whatever. And so then I started a little bit, and I started, like I said, just like shooting friends and then like shooting my brothers, and then I was like, well, this is really cool. And then it just, like I said, just like kind of picked up from there. And especially, I was definitely very lucky during quarantine where I was able to, that was like my main focus. That was my main focus, was just like, you know, like shooting with my roommates or coming up with shoots and stuff. I had so much time. So I was really able to put a lot of time and energy, and just realizing how happy it made me and how much I loved it. But yeah, and then like I said, it just like picked up from there. And then now like people ask me to do a shoot, and I'm, you know, that's like exactly what I want. You know, it's like, it's super awesome. People that like me and my style of photography, and they want me to, you know, like, you know, collaborate with them. It's really awesome. I'm really lucky to, you know, to be doing little things like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. They're starting to enjoy your aesthetic that you put out there.
Oh yeah, you know, and it's cool like doing it like on your own, like for fun, you know, for nobody.
Yeah.
And then, you know, people like it, and they want it for, you know, like an album cover, or like, you know, their promotional stuff or whatever, or just like, I don't know, just for
It's her cat's birthday.
yeah. And I would do it. I would do it too. I would do it in my own special style. Her cat's birthday. I really would do that too.
The cat sitting with his cake.
Honestly, that would be pretty cool. I think I know a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get him on set.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'll give you credit though. That was a good one.
Maybe I could pose with the cat.
Yeah. Can you wear like a turtleneck? Just
Yeah.
Yeah. That would look awesome.
Nurture like a little baby.
Yeah.
Look at the camera.
Yeah. We'll set that up.
And I have like a cat hat on.
Yeah.
Some
Just
ridiculous
make like a
looking
list.
hat.
We'll make a list of things we'll need. We'll set it up. I'll book the studio.
Awesome. So what, if you had to describe your style as a photographer, what would you say?
Well, that's the thing. I don't feel like I have a style, but anybody that I say that to, they're like, oh, no, you have a style. And so I don't really know. I mean, I guess like I like a lot of colors. I like it to look, like nostalgic or kind of like dreamy. But I mean, that's just like how like film comes out. That's why I like film, because it feels nostalgic. It feels like,
Tangible.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's one of the reasons why I just like, I really like film and would choose it over digital, respectively. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I have like a certain style, because I feel like I have like different ideas or things like all the time. But maybe I do have a style.
Maybe it's like you kind of adapt to the environment.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for real. And I know that I guess I do see how I could have like a certain style, but I wouldn't know what to call it. I wouldn't know what like my style would be. I just shoot how I think it should look or how it feels, and then it just comes out, I don't know. I can't identify like a pattern with all of them, I guess is the thing. But people tell me I got a style. I guess I got a style. When
you like set up a shoot, how do you warm up for, I don't know.
Yeah, I do like a little bit of like jujitsu, and I
do some Muay Thai, do some jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. No, I usually just do like a lot of panicking, a lot of stressing beforehand. I'm just like, oh my god, like I just need this to be perfect.
Do you rub a lucky stone?
Yeah. I like I got like a rabbit foot that I just like.
Dance.
I do like a little rain dance and stuff like that. No, I don't know. Yeah, really, truly, I really just like kind of like, panic and just like try to like make sure that I'm a very, as organized as I want to be, I'm kind of a disorganized person. And spending a lot of time with my photographer friend Christina is very like, she likes lists and she's got calendars and stuff. And I'm like, I want to be, I need that, because people will text me like the day before and they're like, hey, like ready for the shoot tomorrow. I'm like, shit, okay, gotta like figure everything out and like get the film, make sure that I have it. And it always ends up buffing out, but I just need to, I'm a little bit like unorthodox, I guess, where I'm just like, okay, like,
when it's an emergency, it's exciting.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's always just kind of like thrown together.
Awesome.
Yeah. But the thing is, I mean, I say that, but I do like, there's a lot of like, preparation that I put into it, because I do put like 200% in every shoot that I ever do. And so, and I'm a perfectionist for sure. So like, if it doesn't come out either exactly how it never comes out exactly how I picture it in my head. It's always different, but it usually comes out better. But yeah, I mean, there's not too much preparing. I just got to make sure that I have battery for my camera and a roll of film, and then whatever, like I put like Vaseline on the lens. It kind of like gives it like, sometimes like this little like hazy glow or whatever. And then and then everything else comes, with it, like whatever, depending on the shoot, like the setup or the location or whatever. So usually that always like varies, but those are the things that I need. I need the camera, first of all, the film, and the battery. Because I gotta take the battery out of the camera. because the battery, the camera, there's like something wrong with the camera. So if I leave the battery inside the camera, it'll like drain the battery. And so, yeah, it's kind of ghetto because I'm like, okay, wait, let me like get my battery out of my pocket and like put it in the camera and then I take it, whatever. So, but yeah, that's how I get ready.
Awesome. I like when you got the Vaseline on the lens.
Yeah. It's super cool because like people will ask me, they're like, what filter did you use? What did you do? And I'm just like, Vaseline. Just like, or like, like a little like spit on the lens or something, I figured that out because I was shooting outside one time, like about a couple years ago, and I got sunscreen on my camera lens, and I was like, whoa, this looks really cool. And so then I did it again, like with some Vaseline, and I did it for, I think maybe the first time I did that was, God, I can't remember, but I think it was this shoot for my friend Sophia. It was like the one where like I like poured honey all over her, and I put Vaseline on the lens, and it just looks so cool, so like dreamy. And from then on, I was like, this is so awesome. But yeah, when people ask me, I'm like, Vaseline. But just recently, a photographer friend told me, he was like, don't tell people that. Like, you need to gatekeep that, and not tell people like, your secrets. My secrets.
That's how like your style makes it.
Right, yeah. Which I mean, I don't know. I'm not the first person to come up with like, like Vaseline on the lens or whatever, but it has definitely become like, trademark. I guess that's definitely become a little bit of a stylistic thing that I do for sure. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'd say.
How long have you been in Nashville now?
I guess I want to say it was like 2016 or 2017 maybe 2016 that I moved to Nashville. It was me and my friend Aileen. We were living up in Clarksville, Tennessee, and it was time to move. My family had, like I said, my dad's in the military, so they had moved, and I didn't want to live with my family anymore. And so I lived in Clarksville for a little while after they moved away. And then me and my friend Aileen were like, we wanted to move to Nashville, and we didn't know anybody in Nashville. So we just got in our cars and we just lived back and forth between her car and my car for a couple months. And then we both got jobs at this coffee place called Provence. It's now shut down, but yeah, it was like on 21st. We worked there together for a little while, and then we found like this really crummy apartment up in North Nashville. And yeah, it was definitely a rough start, I mean, it was fun though. That's definitely one of my favorite stories to tell, is just like how all the shit that me and my friend Aileen went through when we first moved to Nashville. And it was definitely like, I had just finished school for massage therapy, and so my mom was like, just move, because they moved to DC. She was like, just move with us to DC and work at like a massage envy, and you can live with us and you can save money and whatever. And like, that definitely would have been like the easier route, but I've never been one to do that. So yeah, so we just like slept in my friend Aileen's car every night, like in different spots all over Nashville, usually like Centennial Park, like right outside the Parthenon. And then we would just wake up in the morning, we'd go to like Two Brothers Coffee, get some coffee, and just do nothing all day. We would just suntan all day and whatever until we got jobs, and then it got a little rough, because then you're working all day long, and then all you want to do is like take a shower and go to bed. But then, you
gotta go back to the car.
Gotta go. Yeah, gotta go back to the car. And we would hang out at Fido for like, because back then, they stayed open till like 11:30, and so we would just hang out there until they closed, and then we would go to like the fucking Parthenon and sleep and whatever, and do the whole thing over again until we got enough money to get an apartment. Yeah, it was insane, but I'm so glad that we did that, because I feel like I definitely feel like we earned our rights to live here in the city. we did our time. But yeah, that's how we moved to Nashville for sure. She just recently moved to New York, but I love Nashville, and I mean, I don't know, maybe one day I'll live somewhere else, but I feel like Nashville will always be like a home base for me. I've got friends here that are family, and I've got a lot of reasons for being here in Nashville. So I love Nashville. So it's definitely worth it to me to go through all that shit, like when we first moved out here to be here.
Yeah, here. That's great.
yeah, I know, for sure.
Were you just like, I want to move to Nashville? Did you have any reason, like, other than, like...
Not really. I mean, my friend Aileen, she wanted to go to NOC, the film school. And so she wanted to move to Nashville, and I just wanted to move to, the nearest city.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so from Clarksville's like 45 minutes north of Nashville. So yeah, I mean, we had graduated high school and, we didn't do the college thing. And like I said, I mean, I did the massage therapy thing and we were just done with Clarksville. It's a small town. And so we wanted to move to Nashville. So we did, we didn't know anybody, didn't really have too many reasons to like for Nashville. But like I said, I mean, my friend Aileen, she wanted to go to NOC. So, and I was like, well, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of cool stuff in Nashville. So like, yeah, I mean, like, let's do it.
Right.
And yeah, it was a pretty easy transition just because I have my little knickknacks, but I've always had just like small amounts of like material things, I guess, or things that I can easily dispose. So anyways, yeah, I packed everything I owned into my little Suzuki and that, then we moved to Nashville.
Nice.
Yeah.
You still have it.
Oh yeah, my Suzuki, she definitely needs all new tires and I don't know, maybe a tune-up or something, maybe an oil change, I don't know, but yeah, she's getting me from A to B,
That's great.
Yeah, she's working and hard.
You've traveled.
Oh
far.
my God, yeah. I've there's a lot of miles on that girl for sure. I don't drive her too far of a distance, mostly just like around the city, just because if I get her up to 60, she starts doing like the thing. Wow. So I'm trying to take care of her, like, because I've had her since I was like 15, 16.
Wow.
And I've driven her like out west, north, east, to the beach. I've driven her all over the place. So,
wow.
But yeah, but she's done me really well. So hopefully she continues on.
Definitely.
And it's funny because people like will text me and be like, just saw you on the highway.
Yeah. Your car is so identifiable.
Oh my God, yeah. My car is like the most identifiable car, I think, in Nashville. Just little baby black Suzuki covered in stickers.
Right, covered in stickers.
I know, yeah. There's Gracie on the highway or like, whatever. Like straight up, people text me all the time. Just saw you.
Car.
Yeah.
I texted you a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, you did, yeah. Yep, it's very noticeable.
So, what would you say is something that you've learned living in Nashville?
I've learned a lot. I've learned that you should never live in North Nashville. I've learned that don't hang out near downtown on the weekends. You'll probably get a ticket if you park there. Don't park your car at the Nissan Stadium on the weekends, because you never know when a Titans game is going to be, and your car might get towed. That's definitely happened to me 2 times. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if there's anything that I've other than that I've learned. I guess not off the top of my head. That's a really good question. What I do know is that some of the best people that I've ever met in my life have been here in Nashville, and that is something that that is something that's very important to me. And I've never had good friends. Moving around so much, growing up, you just don't have a lot of deep friendships or long friendships rather. And so being here and, meeting the people that I have, and I guess I've definitely learned just how important it is to have because my family's not around, and so the friends, like I said, the friends that I've made here are my family, and that is that's just something that's really important to me. It's one of the main reasons that that's what keeps me going, and the support, and keeps me encouraged and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it's just another reason why I love Nashville so much, because of the people, for sure.
Awesome. What is some advice you would give to someone who's going to move here and do art?
Well, I would probably say, oh gosh, it's definitely, all about who definitely get a coffee shop job or something like that, because you meet so many people on a day-to-day basis, and it'll take you so many different places, especially here in Nashville, there's so many different, it's just small melting pot, of people from all over the place. And I think that going out and meeting people and going to, I don't know, just like there's so many events that like go on, whether it be like just like a farmer's market or a show or whatever, like, I mean, whatever you're into, like there is always something going on. And I think it's really important to be a part of the community and support the community. And it's just really cool, just like I said, I mean, networking and the people that you know, and especially like if you're an artist and you're, like starting out, you can meet like just, I mean, some of the coolest people, or like exactly who you need to meet or exactly who you want to meet, through the relationships that you make, and even no matter how small they are. But yeah, that's what I would say. Just like being a part of like the community and supporting the community, whatever it is that you're into, whether it's music or I don't know, or just like, or art or photography or writing, or there is something for everybody, for sure.
So yeah, definitely go out to shows.
Oh yeah.
Be seen. Basically.
Yeah.
Seen.
Absolutely. And I mean, and you will definitely like, you'll meet some of like the best people that you'll ever meet, and you'll have like a lot of really awesome experiences. And plus like Nashville is just like a really awesome community to be a part of, but yeah, that's definitely something that I would advise anybody who is like, who wants to move to Nashville and to pursue whatever it is, like there's like I said, there's something for everybody here. Like, and it's just
like what to do, like
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
What advice would you give to someone who wants to do photography in Nashville?
I mean, truly, like the same thing, like everybody just kind of like runs like in the same circles. And there's always like, I see like zines all like, all over the place that like, advertise some sort of like photography workshop or something like that. And plus, I mean, with Belmont here and Lipscomb, there's so many artistic minded people. And so it's really cool because, I mean, with like photography, there's so many avenues, there's so many outlets, and there's a lot of people that are like, that do photography or do, whatever it is, whether they're like shooting like with bands or they're shooting like, I don't know, like weddings or something like that. Like it's all art, like in its own respect, I guess. And so, but yeah, there's always something going, and especially like being involved in like social media and stuff too. Like that's something that's like really, it kind of sucks that it's important, but I mean like following, like social, Instagram or Twitter or TikTok or whatever, like just being a part of that, obviously like, in a healthy amount, but being a part of that, like you'll find like a lot of photography community also, and then once you start to get into it, you'll meet more and more people, more like-minded people, or like, whatever. And so that's, I guess, I suppose that's what again, just like being a part of like the community, you'll meet who you're intended to meet,
Okay.
For sure, yeah.
There's no specific camera they should start off with?
Oh, a specific camera?
Maybe.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know that. Depends on if you want to like shoot digital, if you want to shoot with film. If you wanted to shoot with film, I mean, for me, starting off on like the Canon, I shoot Canon 8U1. I don't know if that's like a basic like, format of film camera, but like, I mean, it's been super, super awesome for me, super easy for me. So that's what I would suggest, but I don't know if there's like choice film camera and like I said, I don't know anything about digital. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Canon seems like a really, really good brand of both digital and film cameras, and you can find that like super cheap. You can go on eBay, you can get a point and shoot at any Goodwill, or like thrift store or whatever, and you can Google like Canon film cameras, and you can have like your choice on like eBay or whatever, and like get like a really cheap one and start out and like shoot some stuff, and then kind of like figure out like, do you like it, do you like film, and where to go from there. But yeah, I mean, I am not qualified to be like, this is what you should start with, and like this is what works for me, because I have my trusty Canon, and that's all I shoot on. I shoot on that girl because it, like I said, that was gifted to me, and I've never had to buy a camera.
Is that the same camera you use for TikTok videos and stuff? You use your phone?
Yeah. My phone is strictly for like my TikTok, but I've used my dad has like a $3,000 camera that I have shot some music videos with, like with my brothers on, and so that's why those like came out really nice. But yeah, not anytime soon am I going to be able to afford, like, I think just the lens was $3,000. I think like the body was something different. So
wow.
But yeah, I'm pretty analog. I just have my phone, and I have my camera. My camera does what I
But it doesn't transfer digitally.
No.
Yeah.
I have a digital camera, but I don't.
It's not as fun.
No, yeah, for sure. Definitely not as fun.
The last question. What is something absurd you like to do?
Oh my God. What is something absurd that I like to do? Oh gosh. What is something absurd that you like to do? Give me a point of reference.
Staring at things for quite a while.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I've seen you do that shit before.
I like to zone out.
And you enjoy that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go into my head and relax.
That's some good stuff, yeah.
I don't know if that's very absurd though.
I think that, I don't know, can't think of like absurd. Something, I don't know, I feel like...
I love writing things down. I love scratching things off.
Yeah, like making like lists.
I love
You're like,
being able
right?
to do that. Yes. Great joy is made in that little moment there.
Yeah, you should frame that guy right there. I don't know, I guess it's not absurd. I love driving. I like, sometimes, like every day last year, I would just listen to music, and I would drive to Franklin. That's what I would do. Every single day, I would drive to Franklin. It's like a 45-minute drive. I would take like the back roads. I would just listen to music with like, windows down, and, it was like, just go to Franklin and like hang out there. I'd go to the Fido out there, and I would just like sit and, come up with like shoots and stuff like that, or come up with like concept ideas. And yeah, and then I would, at night, I would just drive back up, watch the sunset, and I would do that every day for like a couple months, I guess.
Wow.
But yeah, and if like on my days off, I'll still like, if I have like time or whatever, I'll try to just like, go for a drive and stuff like that. But I suppose that's not like entirely like absurd, but I know what's kind of absurd. So there's this like TikTok dance or whatever that it's like Say So by like Doja Cat, right? I don't know if you know that trend, but like there's a dance like a DDR on YouTube, and I will put that on, and I will just dance along to it. It's DDR for sure, yeah, and it's like a TikTok dance. It's the Say So, and I'm really
do it on a little mat.
Yeah, well, I don't have a mat, but like it's like made for like the Wii or something like that, and so I will just but I don't have a Wii or a mat or whatever, so I'll just like follow along with the It's like good cardio.
Yeah.
But yeah, I suppose that's not entirely absurd, but like that's probably just like a little random thing that I genuinely take a lot of.
Helps you get inspiration.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so, for sure. Oh man, yeah, I can't think of anything like really absurd. I wish I had like a weird little.
You don't put like an orangutan suit on and.
No, and just like.
And go to coffee shops.
Yeah, no, but that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Just sit down in monkey suit drinking coffee.
In monkey suit, yeah. I'm just like, okay, this is what I do on my Thursdays.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't hang out today, guys.
I gotta go.
Thursdays is when I put my orangutan suit on and I go to Ugly Mugs. The one guy knows me there. He knows what I want. I don't have to talk. I just sit there for 8 hours.
It's how I really get in touch with myself.
Yeah. That's a good one.
All right, is there anything else you'd like to add about anything that you do or want people to know?
I don't think so. I mean, I feel like, if you're getting into film is like the best like kind of photography to get into. It's like super cool, but it's it's not as cheap as digital. It definitely takes a lot more like time and like discipline, I feel like, and having to like learn like how the camera works and how much light to let in and like all that, all that technical stuff, which I don't even really know, but I mean, it is definitely like important to know. And it's not as cheap for sure as digital, like with the film and developing and all that, but it's definitely, if anyone is like really getting into it, like into photography, I think film is the best kind of format to get into. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's all. I think that's it.
Okay, great.
I don't got anything.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks
Jordan for having me.
For being here.
Yeah.